Hello, my beloved people. Welcome back to my channel. Guess what, friends? You won't believe what happened. Not just one, but two BTS members have stirred up excitement recently. Yep, you probably guessed it. We're going to talk about Jimin and Jungkook. What's really behind their personal journeys? What are they hiding? Let's break it down one by one. A few days ago, the BTS fandom world was abuzz when news spread about Jungkook quietly returning to Korea. No official announcement, no fan meeting at the airport, just a few fans who happened to spot him. A Vietnamese fan working at the airport reported a shocking moment. She saw a tall man in a black hoodie, mask, and big round eyes. Yep, who else if not John Jungkook? At first, most passengers didn't realize who he was because it was a personal trip, not for promotion or official schedules. But a true fan's eye never misses. AS the fan watched from afar, trying to make sure it was really Jungkook. Suddenly, Jungkook looked straight at her. Those iconic round Jungkook eyes immediately froze the fan in place. And what's more interesting, Jungkook didn't bring home any big luggage. When he left for Japan, Jungkook was seen carrying a camera bag and a large suitcase. But when he came back, only the camera was with him. So, where did the big suitcase go? What did he leave behind in Japan? This question immediately sparked major speculation among ARMY. Not long before Jungkook's return, Jimin had also just come back from a short trip. Sharp-eyed ARMY noticed that the large suitcase Jungkook carried when he left was also seen when Jimin returned to Korea. Did they hand off belongings to each other? Or did they travel together but try to keep the details secret? Jimin is known as a member who fiercely protects his privacy, especially for personal matters. If he travels for private reasons, he always makes sure the media doesn't find out. So, fan theories popped up. Was the big suitcase that Jungkook originally brought left behind on purpose for Jimin? Or vice versa, were there important items they shared or exchanged in Japan? When we talk about what they're hiding, it doesn't necessarily mean something negative. Maybe they just want to enjoy personal time without media attention. Jungkook, for instance, is known to love photography. He could have gone to Japan for a private photo project, a collection, or just for healing. But still, the public is curious. Why didn't the big suitcase come back? Meanwhile, Jimin, who also loves to travel, has mentioned in some interviews that he wants time for self-reflection. Maybe this trip was part of that process. But oddly, the same suitcase appeared in the hands of two different people at close times. That's clearly no coincidence. ARMY all over the world immediately went wild. Some said they might be working on a secret project, like a photo or video collaboration. Others theorized they traveled together but deliberately entered and left Korea at different times to avoid media detection. Some fans even suspected that the big suitcase contained training equipment or props for an upcoming music project. There were guesses that this was related to one of their solo comebacks, or perhaps preparations for a secret concert. One thing's for sure, Jimin and Jungkook have every right to enjoy their private time. But as global artists with millions of eyes watching their every move, whatever they do is bound to spark speculation. Sometimes fans get too curious, forgetting that idols are also humans who need space to breathe as, friends. Rather than focusing too much on figuring out what they're hiding, maybe it's better if we just support whatever journey they're on. Whether it's healing, a secret project, or just a short vacation, they deserve to enjoy it without pressure. And surely we'll always be here, waiting for surprises from them, right? Hello, my beloved people. Welcome back to my channel. As you heard at the beginning, today we're talking about two big names in the K-pop world, Jimin and Jungkook from BTS. Two figures not only adored by millions around the globe, but also always at the center of attention for every little move they make. But this time, I want us to go a step further, not just discussing fan theories or speculation, but also inviting you to reflect. Do we really understand what's happening, or are we just part of the narrative game crafted by media and rumors? Let's start with the moment Jungkook quietly returned to Korea. There were many reports on social media, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, mentioning that he arrived without a big escort, no announcement, no fan crowd at the airport. A few fans who happened to be there noticed his presence. But here's the important question. How do we know this information is true? Are reports from one or two people on social media enough to prove this as fact? Who verifies these claims? Isn't it true that nowadays, when anyone can post anything in a matter of seconds, we need to be even more careful before believing things just like that? Then there's the matter of the big suitcase Jungkook took when he left for Japan but wasn't seen when he returned. Sure, it's an interesting detail, but don't you wonder, where does this information come from? Is there clear visual evidence or just fan gossip? Could the suitcase have been shipped separately, say, by cargo or delivery services? Or maybe the suitcase wasn't even Jungkook's at all, but belonged to staff or a manager, and when Jimin came back from his trip, many claimed the suitcase he carried looked similar or even identical to Jungkook's. But let's be honest, how many suitcases out there look alike? Is the appearance of similar luggage enough to build a theory that they traveled together, are hiding something, or are working on a secret project? Or is this just fan bias wanting to connect everything because of how much they love their idols? Friends, I want to invite you to think more critically. When news or theories like this emerge, who benefits the most? Is it really Jimin and Jungkook who gain because they can keep something secret? Or is it actually the media, gossip accounts, and content creators who get massive traffic from the hype? Is it possible that some of these stories are deliberately blown up to grab attention and create sensation? We all know that the K-pop fandom, especially ARMY, is one of the most loyal and passionate fan communities in the world. But with all that love, sometimes there's a tendency to instantly believe every piece of information, even when the source is unclear. Shouldn't we also learn to maintain emotional distance and assess every report skeptically? I want to pose some questions to all of you. Do you think the news about Jungkook quietly returning and the mysterious suitcase is undeniable fact, or just a series of assumptions crafted to provoke public reactions? Do you believe they're really hiding something, or is this just an exaggerated coincidence? And more importantly, what should our attitude be as fans? Will we keep chasing every rumor, or will we learn to give these idols room to live as ordinary humans with their own privacy and secrets? Remember, the information we're sharing here comes from various media sources: TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and others. But as we know, not all information on the internet is factual. The truth of this information still needs further verification. Therefore, I invite all of you to keep thinking critically and not believe every piece of news that spreads, even if it comes from big accounts or popular media. Think about it. Who gets harmed if this information turns out to be a hoax? Is it just us as fans who feel disappointed, or also the artists who become the targets of endless gossip? What's the impact on their mental health? I encourage you to discuss this in the comment section. Do you think social media today spreads rumors too quickly without proof? How far is our responsibility as fans in filtering information? And lastly, do you feel the fandom should prioritize emotional support and respect for privacy over constantly digging into idols' personal details? Let's use this moment not just to probe mysteries, but also to learn to become a wiser, more mature, and reflective community. The entertainment world is always full of surprises, sensations, and drama, but in the end, our idols are also human beings who deserve space to breathe. Thank you for listening until the end. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Like this video if you feel topics like this are important to discuss, and of course subscribe so you don't miss other in-depth discussions. See you in the next episode. Thank you so much, my dear friends, for sticking with me all the way to the end of this video. Your support truly means the world to me. I'm so grateful to have such an amazing community that's always eager to engage, discuss, and reflect together. Don't forget to drop your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. I absolutely love reading what you all have to say. If you enjoyed this content, please give it a like and share it with your fellow ARMY friends or anyone who loves deep dives into K-pop topics. And of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss out on upcoming discussions, surprises, and all the latest updates we'll be covering together. Thank you once again for your trust and time. Let's continue supporting each other and making this community a thoughtful, respectful, and positive space. Until next time, take care, stay kind, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye for now.